Welcome to The Patty Show. My name is Patty Setiatti, and in this podcast, we'll explore the crossing point of the three P's: passion, pleasure, and positivity, and how they can lead you to your own personal paradise. We'll chat with inspiring guests, share practical tips, and dive into stories that will empower you to live your best life. Let's get the Patty Party started. Welcome back to The Patty Show, everybody. Woohoo! Yes, wow, studio audience, very bright, full of energy. Oh my goodness, episode 86. Look at those hands right there. My goodness, it's like there's a dancer in the room. We'll get to the dancer soon. Episode 86 of The Patty Show, Discipline Can Be Soft. Welcome back, y'all. I'm your host, Patty Setiatti, and I have the privilege of showing off multi-passionate people that I have the pleasure of connecting with. They bring positivity to this world, and they share their personal paradise to you all, so you can also pursue your own personal paradise. Before we continue on today's amazing episode, discipline doesn't have to be harsh. It can be loving, supportive, and life-giving. Wow, man. The writer for The Patty Show is kind of good. I'm not going to lie. He deserves a raise. I'll ask the producer later. Before we continue on the episode, just want to shout out my previous guest, my personal training client, actor, producer, writer, overall boss queen, okay? Nikki Friedberg. Yes. Shout out to her. Her and her sister, I've been training them for almost 2 years. They've been getting stronger and stronger each and every time. They bring the energy. She's the co-founder of Pink Tax Productions, a production company that empowers women's voices, and they have a lot of fun projects coming out soon. You can watch the episode. I can't reveal too much, but just watch that episode. Thank you again, Nikki. We'll have your sister on the podcast soon. And speaking of empowering and inspiring, I have a very empowering and inspiring guest today. Okay, joining me is a passionate human. Okay, that's super inspiring right here. Okay. He took a gym class hobby and turned it into a cultural phenomenon. Whoa, look at that.
Right.
Wow, okay. A dancer, like I said, with the hands. A choreographer. He brings all of the energetic, fun vibes wherever he goes, but especially during our time together as my boss. The multi-talented leader of USA Dodgeball, and of course, the lovely WeHo Dodgeball. Give it up for the lovely, stylish Jake Mason, everybody. Woohoo! Thank you for coming to the Patty Show, my man.
Thank you. Wow. Okay, an introduction, and you've done your homework of it too.
Oh, come on now.
I like that.
Thank you. If you could give a little self intro to everybody, background, hobbies, and how we know each other. Do your thing, man.
Yeah. My name is Jake Mason, as you said. I have always been and always will be. I run WeHo Dodgeball. I did found USA Dodgeball. I'm no longer involved with USA Dodgeball, but WeHo Dodgeball is like you said, a cultural phenomenon. It's been running now for over 16 years, and
16 years.
We've got 500 plus people that play every week, and it started out as a hobby, became an obsession, and became a career somehow. And it's been great. I used to work in film and dance and be a choreographer too. That's why I was impressed. Not a lot of people know that side of me.
I mean, we could see it from the dance moves.
I like it. I do dance. I do tend to dance on the court. And I'm happy to be here.
Oh, yeah. I'm so grateful. I love the shirt. Show off the shirt a little bit.
I mean, the shirt's pretty cool.
Merch right here. What we got
new merch. It's just our admin team shirts. My very talented husband, Brendan Tickner, designed it.
Shout out Brendan.
And we have these in jersey forms and fanny packs available on our website for sale.
Oh my God, what's the website?
WeHoDodgeball.com, WEHO Dodgeball.com.
That's awesome. You guys have fanny packs too?
Oh yeah.
I might need to get
I gotta get you one.
I'll get
fanny packs are hot.
Yeah, all right. Part 2 episode, we'll have Brendan coming in and just do the whole thing.
I should have just brought you a gift. I didn't even think about it.
Don't worry. On the next one, part two of it.
All right.
But how do we know each other, actually?
Oh, yeah, and I was very fortunate. You were one of our referees for WeHo Dodgeball, and you were a fantastic ref, and just a light and a joy to have around, and I'm happy to see you.
I'm so grateful, and this is the flower section of the Patty Show, actually.
It's going all downhill from here.
Flowers. Guys, let's just say, I opened up Craigslist one day. Basically just moved to LA, looking for money, gigs, chasing the, how it is, chasing the dream and acting, podcasts, all that stuff. I didn't even have the podcast back then. I look at a Craigslist I guess, gig or job listing. I forgot which one it was on.
Yeah, job
right?
listing. Yeah,
Yeah, and
it's funny.
all I see is dodgeball referee. The pay was pretty good too. I won't say exactly because maybe you can be a ref with WeHo Dodgeball. And it was just a really good vibe. I think I messaged you pretty quickly and you responded like super fast. And at that time, I was still kind of like on the fence of Craigslist because I'm like,
Oh yeah.
ooh, you know, like,
So was I.
I'm like, oh, who am I gonna meet up? Am I gonna like get kidnapped? I'm like, I literally just moved here. I remember I borrowed my brother's car at the time because I didn't have a car to go to like the structure area over there. And I'm like, oh God, let's see. I got nothing else to lose. Let's see what's up. I meet this ray of sunshine, my boss, right here. Taught me everything I need to know about all the rules of dodgeball, which we will get over. We will have to run through again because it's been a while since I've done it. I don't know if you guys updated any rules.
Oh, always. But yeah,
always
nothing important.
But the professionalism, like the amount of papers they had for all the rules. By the way, first of all, I was like, I thought I was just coming in for like a small gig. Oh yeah, just here, you're out. No, there's like it's legit, guys. What I loved about you guys is like you guys had that professionalism, like I said, with all the rules and everything, but it's also so fun. So like the first time I was there, shout out Val, shout out everybody out there.
And she says hi.
Yeah, I miss her so much. Everybody has been so welcoming when I was there, and I was like so nervous. Like I said, like the new kid on the block, figuring out this new game, figuring out like LA itself. So I'm just like, I don't want to do anything wrong, but everyone was just like, just ask questions. We're here to support you, and you guys always defended me whenever I made maybe questionable calls.
No, I love hearing this from your perspective. This is kind of cool.
Yeah, I mean, like I tell because my brother used to pick me up a lot of the time over there, and like I said, more flowers to you. I always had such a joyous time because it was like just my Tuesdays and Thursdays. I knew it were gonna be like a fun time and unique time because the games would always be rowdy, funny, up and down in the best way possible, and it helped a lot too with like just moving to a new place and like just having new vibes, if that made sense, because I'm originally from Connecticut, so there's not much to do over there, pretty stale. So being part of that community, and by community I mean real community, because even like the players were super nice, guest referees were super nice. It's just so many flowers to you guys all, and it all starts like no joke from the top. I mean, like legitimately. And
this is really, this is really, really cool to hear, because honestly, like, that's the goal for the players too, especially. Like, that's the goal. We want to be competitive, but we're adults playing dodgeball. Yeah. I want a community. We'll go into it later, but dodgeball was like kind of born out of Prop 8 and just kind of a need for a community and a space. And we really hold that true. And to hear that from one of our referees, literally, and you were the first time we thought, okay, let's get outside refs. Where do I post for jobs? I'll post on Craigslist. Am I going to meet crazy people?
You're right. Yeah.
Am I going to is anyone going to show up? Is anyone going to know? Like, whatever. And I don't know. It's really cool hearing that from your perspective too, because we had the same ideas, and then we were part of like our first attempt to like hire people and then train them instead of bringing in players, and it's gone really well. We have some fun people there. You were amazing. Thank you. And we were very fortunate to not have any big crazy Craigslist weird. I mean, people didn't show up to interviews and stuff like that, but that's normal.
Yeah. I feel like that's better than like the psychopath. like a dodgeball referee, you give them a ref shirt and like
this was a Zoom interview too, so it was a little bit like I can read you on camera, but not like.
Oh, I forgot about the Zoom interview. Yeah, like I said, it was so long ago, but also feels like yesterday at the same time. Right? It's because I moved here 2024 around like December. I think I started maybe
it would have been like February or something, right?
Something like that. Yeah. So yeah, I'm telling you, time is just so weird. But yeah, you had the quick Zoom interview and then meeting up at the lot, and like I said, y'all, everything about it. I just have so many fond memories. I do miss y'all so much.
Well, you're welcome anytime.
Oh yeah, but I'm glad I did get to come back for one extra game randomly for like the playoffs. Was really fun. That gets super intense, y'all. Woo, man.
I mean, we try to keep it fun, we try to keep it social, but as you see, it is people are competitive and they have a lot of passion. Exactly. And we're trying to make them have passion with compassion.
Hey, man. Yeah.
But it's not always the thing. People want to win that medal and that bar tab.
Oh yeah, shout out to all the sponsors.
Yeah, there's literally nothing at stake but like a bar tab at Jim Sports Bar, which is a fantastic establishment.
Yeah. shout out to them,
Jim Sports Bar.
No, yeah, the playoffs guys, I'm telling you, sometimes we have like 3-4 refs. Oh my goodness. But it helps a lot because then now you're not like people aren't yelling at you because there's so many other refs.
Yeah.
They're like, hey, we saw it, okay, or like we didn't see it. Hey, look, it's multiple eyes, and then they can kind of get back in the game. I think the hardest is like this is just from my personal experience. Is like the random weeks.
Oh yeah.
Where like maybe you're by yourself, and then someone's just legitimately like, no, did they not touch me? They did not, and I'm like, as a rep, and you taught me this, and everyone else, like you just have to stand by it. Your decision, stay stern. Like, don't be disrespectful to them, of course. Just tell them, like, hey, this is what I saw. This is what I didn't see. Let's play on because we also have a limited time at the gym, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
that's it. That's life. That's sports. That's how it is. And we do our best to push that home and drive that home, but not a lot of people get it all the time.
Yeah. It's but let's go over the rules of dodgeball, actually.
The rules.
You guys said
right.
you guys updated it. I forget how many people aside. Is it 20?
We play with like 16.
16.
We used to play 20. We had the old gym was smaller, but our at West Hollywood Park, but the courts were bigger, so we had more space. But when we came here to this brand new facility at the city, WeHo actually put the dodgeball lines on the court. I was a planning commissioner for the city for the phase park design program, so I had a little word in that. And we shrunk the teams to 16. It's all co-ed, and 16 on 16, so 32 personalities playing a sport that could be triggering for some. Yeah,
it's a lot. You just see all the colors, the balls flying around.
Chaos, but it's really fun.
Yeah,
I mean, most of the time. Yeah,
I mean, it's also fun when you have like a good group of people. Like I love whenever I'm reffing like people that just get it. You know,
yeah.
Both teams get the vibe. They're like, oh, you hit me. Okay, I'm out. You know, like when it's like that, it's like the best feeling. When it comes to like the outs, I know there's like sometimes you get hit and you can catch the ball. What are those like specific rules again? Because I know it's a little different depending on how people play.
Yeah, I mean dodgeball. It's kind of like I always tell people like you bring it back to. It's really simple. And one thing I really loved about the sport, and I love about the sport, is it is accessible and familiar enough to everybody that almost anyone can just pick up a ball and start playing dodgeball. But at the same time, it's complex and there's a lot more strategy than you think. So from like just some friends in the park playing dodgeball to the world championships, you know, it spans both that entire thing. So ultimately, though, you try to eliminate the other team. You hit them with the ball. If you get hit, you go out, but you can catch it. If you catch it, the other person's out, and the teammate gets to come back in, and you go back and forth and until there's nobody left, and you get the point.
Yeah, it gets pretty intense, and I believe we play with like a timer kind of thing.
Yeah, our games are 45 minutes and best of however many games in that time, and then typically for like a tournament, you would do a timed match for the round robin, and then the elimination games have like a best of 3 or a best of 5. It depends. It's different all over. Yeah.
I'm just thinking because it's been a while since I've done the rules. Do you guys still have the timer of like the ball release and everything? Like you can't just hold on to the ball? Kind of thing?
You have 15 seconds to throw, so the team has the ball control. In our leagues, that's the majority of them, and then you have 15 seconds to get rid of the majority of the ball. So you can't just grab them and hold it there and wait. You need to like actively play. Also, I don't know, man. Like I was thinking as we were building dodgeball like around the country, and all the years I've been doing this for a long time, and every time people would add in more rules or more things and discover loopholes, I always think about like, and no offense to everybody who's going to hate me for this, but like football, they play like 11 minutes of actual games in 3 hours. I never wanted the sport to be like that. I wanted it, and
like stopping and pausing,
stopping and pausing. I want it to be the exciting thing about dodgeball is the flow.
Yeah,
and so a lot of our rules are kind of designed of keeping the game going and keeping it up.
No, definitely, and I think the timer does help a little bit because then if they're just holding the ball the whole time, it kind of gets boring, and you're like, all right, here we go. It's just gonna be tossing one ball at a time kind of thing, and just like it's like if you want to practice throwing the ball, but the intensity is what makes it like fast paced, and then you can finish the games even faster that way.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and it's just like there's been some really good matchups when I used to run more national programs, and the strongest teams, and then we get to the end and they're so strategic, it was so boring. I was just like, all right, throw one, hold,
hold,
hold, throw one. But then when they get going, that's exciting.
Yeah, so. And that one is also like watching it too. I'm like, wow, I get locked into it. I'm like, wow, this is insane.
Yeah, it's fun.
I remember like the first game I actually properly watched. I was just like, this is insane. Like, and a lot of times people are like wearing costumes to another. Shout out to WeHo Dodgeball. Y'all make it fun. Like people with the tutus and everything. I'm like, how do you maneuver with all that? To be
Oh,
like, I don't understand. I can't even do it with regular gym clothes. And then like the knee pads, like,
that's
ooh.
my favorite. Like the costumes and the silliness is what attracted me to the sport in the first place, and the fact that like it was this huge group of people who just didn't take themselves so seriously, and we're still competitive.
Yeah, yeah.
And you know, like I've had several costume teams. We had Star Wars. I wore a Ewok costume for years. I've been a Game of Thrones character. I was a lumpy space princess on an
Yes.
adventure team. We've got so many things, and just last week we did a tribute to Catherine O'Hara, and it was the Night of 1,000 Catherine O'Haras,
Oh my god.
and everyone wore wigs and
Uh,
big glasses or
I love it. I
whatever,
love it.
and we gave like prizes out for the best costume, and we'll just kind of throw that in.
Yeah.
That's my favorite thing. There used to be more dress up. We had a Marvel team and a DC team.
No way.
And then they
What?
fought and then made all these memes. It was so cool.
That's so funny.
I love that. And as soon as kind of like, again, getting into the national stuff, when you lose that, it kind of, for me, takes out some of the fun of the sport. So,
I mean, the team names, guys. There are so many,
Oh.
so many. Like, what is it? Ask
Big.
Ketchum or something.
yeah, that's my team now.
Yeah.
I'm on Ask Ketchum.
One of my favorite ones is "But Daddy, I Love Him."
That was also mine.
I was like, that one when I saw it, I'm like, I had to look up what that was. That's a Taylor Swift song?
No,
No,
it's
what is
Little Mermaid.
Little Mermaid.
But Daddy, I love
No,
you.
never mind. Okay.
Yeah.
I think I heard Taylor Swift say that, so I probably.
Oh, I'm sure.
You're right, but that you're right. Okay, I'll take it. See, this is why I need culture for you guys. Taught me all the names are so funny, unique, and yeah, like I said, the costumes with the wigs, but the cool gear though. I'm telling you, those knee pads, they're fire. I'm not gonna lie to you, they look like legit. Like you could
Oh, they
knock
are.
someone out, and also because if you guys have ever seen a dodgeball game, some people they jump like their life depends on it, and just falling down, bumping, and all that stuff. Oh my goodness.
Yeah. I think if you've never seen a dodgeball game before, and even at the recreational level in WeHo, you'll see a mix, a brand new, having fun, silly, but also you can do that, and the athleticism is there. And if you watch some of the World Dodgeball Championships and some of the stuff we've done, I've done a few things on ESPN. Definitely check out those if you want to see some like just hardcore strategy, go, people jumping in the air, people flipping over the balls.
Yeah.
We had one guy in our ESPN event who did a backflip over the ball, a throw, and it went super viral, of course.
Oh my god.
So cool. And he does that all the time. Like it's legit. Yeah, the athleticism can be pretty cool. Impressive.
I think it goes back to that balance of why it's so fun. Like you got the fun nature of like, some people just casually playing, but then you have the extreme, like almost like Olympic level, like they're like Olympic level athletes, to be honest. Is there any word that it's ever gonna become an Olympic sport?
No, it will never become an Olympic sport. Here's why. Sorry to be negative. I worked really hard on that for a long time, and I was vice president of the World Dodgeball Federation. I helped from this iteration of that as well, and been involved in all the World Championships up until 2023, 22. And it's a lot of politics when you deal with GAISF and the Olympic Committee.
Yeah.
It's a lot of just paperwork and kind of nonsense and playing this game that doesn't really make sense. And I think, like, yeah, politically. And then ultimately, it's up to the host countries. It's just, a lot of people hit us up all the time, especially when I was running USA Dodgeball, to be, when are we going to be Olympic sport? Why isn't this here? Why isn't this here? And it's not something as easy as, they added breakdancing, and then I think they removed breakdancing already. And there was other organizations that want to stake claim, and just all the drama. It was so ridiculous. And I think ultimately we kind of missed the window. I don't think for a while dodgeball I hate saying this, but legitimately has a chance of ever being in the Olympics, which is upsetting because I spent a lot of time. And then I think the problem with our sport too, it was getting a lot of the strongest players were guiding the sport to what they like. And I think a lot of people in positions like mine don't necessarily see the sport. They get into it because they really love it, because it's passionate. It is a cult. You get into it and it is a community, but then there is this drive and it becomes consuming. But I think a lot of people have a hard time seeing the bigger picture, what's best for everybody. What is going to be best for both the kid picking up the ball in the street and playing with his friends in the park, and that will like lead them to a pseudo Olympic
Mhm.
experience. And I don't think we kind of have that leadership anymore that
That's
sees
kinda
it like that.
Yeah, it's kind of tough. I mean, yeah, with the breakdancing, because I used to breakdance just for like fun and stuff like that. So seeing it in the Olympics, I was like, wow, that's amazing. And then they just easily take it away after like just one time. So it's like there's so much that people don't really
Yeah.
know about the behind the scenes, but also like how you mentioned with the, I guess the culture clash of like some people wanting it this way and people want it the other way with like sports like, basketball. It's been there forever already, and there's like a lot of teams and everything like that. Maybe in 20 years if there's more dodgeball around the world somehow.
I think it'll swing back again. There's a lot of dodgeball around the world.
Mhm.
It blew up in the 2010s. We had at one point under our umbrella, like, I mean, tens of thousands of players in the
Yeah.
States at least. I think, yeah, it's just more about that, like you said, or like we both said, just seeing the bigger picture, people kind of doing things for the good of the sport. Oh, so much arguing about ball type, because there's like foam dodgeballs, and then we play with the no sting softer rubber ones, and then there's the 8.5 red rubber ones, and then there's cloth.
There's cloth ones, huh?
There's cloth ones that Europe played with that a lot. Canada played a lot with foam. Australia used to do no sting, now they do foam. There's cloth everywhere, and we did kind of drive to push people together. My driving thing was like, hey, if the people are playing with potatoes, then we play with potatoes. Like, the sport is what we're here for, but a lot of people, and I think organizations, get caught up in that. I would always bring up like fencing. Fencing has 3 different types of swords.
Yep.
Why don't we have 3 different ball divisions? And it was always an uphill struggle. So again, another reason why I don't think we're ready for the Olympics yet.
I know people just try to nitpick on everything. I mean, like it's funny with like basketball too. Like I think in the European leagues they have the courts a little bit smaller,
Yeah.
different rule, and I'm like, why can't we just do that for like dodgeball or other stuff like that? There's a middle person handling this, I guess. I don't know. Conspiracy theory? I think not, but we'll see when dodgeball gets up again. It was just cool to see personally because like I saw some international teams. Like I didn't know Indonesia had a dodgeball team.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, what? And like Malaysia.
Malaysia's on fire. They're strong,
insane, dude. I'm like, cause usually they love playing like badminton. A lot of my cousins, they play badminton over there. I was like, I didn't even know they knew about dodgeball, but these brothers and sisters over there, they are crazy.
Malaysia's a multi-gold winner for the international stuff.
That's insane.
I feel like what was some good matchups? There's some really good matchups. 2018, 2019 World Championships, check them out. Malaysia versus USA Women's in the finals. Malaysia versus USA Men's. They just destroyed us.
That's crazy.
The Malaysian team is really good.
It's probably like the movement and dexterity because in Southeast Asia we have this sport called takraw. So it's basically like football, volleyball with this wooden ball.
Okay.
And the way to get like a smash is you have to like basically do like a bicycle kick.
Oh shit!
And the net is like this height, so they just jump super high, and there's like no padding, they just fall to the ground. So maybe there's that too.
I used to joke like the Malaysian team. There was a 7-inch foam ball, and I feel like I would joke that no matter how big or tall or whatever size the player was, they would be able to somehow shrink behind the 7-inch ball and just completely block. They were really smart players, like really good. They were our number one nemesis.
Oh yeah, really? Oh wow, man. Oh god, yeah, that's crazy.
But in the best way.
Yeah.
Again, nothing but love. I love a lot of them. Yeah.
That's so cool. No, that's why when I saw it, I was like, wow, this. I feel like if it gets some traction, like it could probably maybe give some time. We'll see. Maybe we'll come back with a part 2 episode to talk about the Olympic time of dodgeball. Let me go back in time though, before your dodgeball days. Mr. Choreographer and dancer. Oh yeah. Goodness! Tell me about that.
How'd you figure that out? No, I'm kidding.
From the moves, like I said, when you.
That's right. Obviously, I just look so smooth. I was a choreographer for 18 years. I taught dance at elementary school. Elementary schools all over LA, but I taught at Wonderland Elementary for 22 years. Which I love that school, and I had a dance studio for a while called Pop Dance. So I did
Pop Dance. I love that name, by the way. When I saw, I was like, Pop Dance.
It was fun. It was cool because it was like not quite hip hop. I wanted to teach more than that, and I wanted to get locked in. And
Mhm.
I don't know, they just started calling it pop dance, and I just went with it, and that became my brand and my name. In fact, dodgeball was originally under my umbrella, which was Pop Sports.
I see. Okay.
And I had yeah, and I taught. I did summer camps and things like that for like 18
Oh
years.
my goodness. So before that, were you always like a dancer growing up?
No.
Yeah, how did you get into
Every
that?
job I've ever had, I've just fallen into, and unfortunately, as you talk about like entrepreneurship, like later, I tend to like end up trying to monetize my hobbies, which we'll go over in the perks and peaks and valleys of that.
Please, yeah.
But yeah, no, I was dancing. I was always like a little. I was a little club kid, so I would like dance every single night. I'd be out, and then I moved to LA, and I remember taking like dance classes at a 24-hour fitness or something. And
that's such an LA thing, like, you know, like moving like dance class.
Yeah,
right?
exactly. And I started taking real dance classes, which I had never had like professional training. And then I showed a friend, and she was like, my friend and I showed her our dance. She goes, I run this after school program. Do you guys want to come and teach the kids a dance?
Yeah.
So we came in and taught our first class, and we were way better teachers than dancers. And it was a hit. And we went from one class of maybe like 8 students to like 2 classes sold out, like 40 students in each class.
Oh my God.
Like really quick.
Dude.
And I was taking classes like Monday night at like
yeah.
24-hour fitness, and then teaching the routine Tuesday afternoon.
Oh my God. Hustler, I like that.
I just didn't know what to do. We were just like, and then like I ended up having to get better because I was working.
Yeah.
All of a sudden I was an after school teacher, and then actually funny, this is gonna date me a lot. Emma Roberts. Julia Roberts' name was in my first class I ever taught in 5th grade. Like she was in 5th grade.
What?
And I taught this class, and I remember like, oh, that little kid, that's a kid from below. Like, and now she's a full grown woman with a child, and but she learned my little 24-hour fitness rip-off routine, and
that's hilarious. I can just picture the moves too. It's like,
oh, they were so very like, bah, bah. It was early 2000s, very like, bah, bah, bah. Yeah, it's just very like Britney Spears.
Okay, so God, I told you right there. Look at
and
that.
she, yeah, but it was fun, and then I started getting jobs, and I would turn them out. I didn't really know, but I was working at these schools in the hills, and I was meeting, you know, actors and producers and directors, and they started asking me to do stuff for their projects. And then I remember my first like professional gig was my really good friend, my big sister, E.G. Daly. People know her as Tommy Pickles from Rugrats. Ooh. And one of the Powerpuff Girls. And she did a one-woman show, and she brought me on to be her choreographer. And I choreographed the whole thing. It was my first real job. It was awesome. It was an awesome experience. I actually ended up becoming like the assistant director later.
Oh my goodness, it's amazing.
And then on another run, I kind of stepped in for the director when he couldn't be there. And then Variety said my choreography was effervescent.
Period.
Variety magazine. And then I started feeling more confident and realizing that I could take jobs and like gigs. And if I didn't know what to do, if it was too much for me, I was always afraid of it being too much. Like, I don't know if I can go in and do this. Like, this looks like a lot. And I realized, one, I adapted pretty quick to camera. I had kind of tried to act before. I don't usually like telling people that. No offense to anybody, but you know, LA. And,
for real.
And I do love performing, and I love being on set. So I figured, one, I adapted pretty well, but two, if there's anything beyond me, I could always bring in help to help us get there. And that was something I realized early on, and it was cool. I miss it a lot.
Are you ever gonna get back to it? Maybe part-time, volunteer?
I want to so bad. It's
one day of the week.
Hands down. I was teaching.
Same 24-hour fitness, maybe.
Oh God, they're long gone.
Oh, they're long. Okay.
Yeah.
We're gonna pay a visit real quick. It's like, hey, do you guys?
They probably still charge me though. I would love to get back into it. I did just do dodgeball in a upcoming reality show, and I was on set, and I was like, God, I miss this, and it's the worst time to get back into the industry right now.
I know.
Like, all my friends who are in there are just struggling. Even like my big name friends have issues working, And LA is just a weird time right now. So
Yeah, it's definitely a unique time right there.
yeah,
What I've learned from a lot of like what I'm learning about you, I feel like I'm learning so much already. You say yes to a lot of things and you figure out as you go. And you and me
yes.
are similar like that. Like I said, with the whole Craigslist thing, I'm
No,
just
that's
like,
great. Yeah.
I'm like, hey, what is there left to lose? You know, I'm like, we can only go up from here, as they say, you know?
Yeah.
And that helps a lot with, especially people that want to move to like LA or like big cities that there's opportunity out there. You just got to start knocking on doors and figure out. It's scary at first, don't get me wrong, but once you just start getting that momentum, it's so, like, it's so fast. It's so contagious.
I have so much advice for people who want to move to LA. Clearly you touched on it here. One, everyone was telling me when I was going to move, counselors and teachers, which I'm so disappointed to think back on this. Oh, you're not going to make it. It's so hard for people to make it. This and this and this. And I just remember telling them, like, I can work at like Starbucks in LA just like I can work at Starbucks in Sacramento. Like, I can find something to do. There's opportunity everywhere if you're open to it.
Yeah.
I've spent my times, multiple years of my life, like scanning Craigslist for jobs, gigs, anything. You find a way to make it work. The other thing is when you move here, very exciting city. There's so much happening. There's all this cool stuff. And then that's a good month or two. And then it gets real lonely. And then you find yourself feeling so alone in a city of like 12 million people. And you can move here with friends. You can know people. But then there's that. But then once you get past that little hump, usually 6 to 9 to 12 months, and you find your group, and then you start feeling comfortable, and you find your vibe, and then that'll all shake up and change, and then you find your real group, and then those are your people, and then you're established, and then LA is home, and you never want to leave.
And then originally you're from
California up and down, but Sacramento and Lake Tahoe.
Oh, okay, nice. I went to Sacramento once. Pretty fun. Pretty
Sorry.
Quiet. Yeah, pretty quiet. Honestly, It was the most. Like I said, I say yes to a lot of random things. I was visiting a friend in the Bay Area. I haven't seen him in a while. And he's like, "Hey, you want to go to a bull riding show in Sacramento?"
Okay.
And I'm like,
Sure,
man, let's go.
Yeah.
He also didn't realize how far it was from like he lived in like San Jose, so it was like a 3-hour drive.
Yeah, that's not close.
But like I said, it was a fun time, unique. Sacramento was old Sacramento was pretty cute though, like a little like cowboy vibe kind of thing. I didn't know you guys had it like that over there.
Yeah, we go. I feel like every time I visit my mom now, we go there. It's cute. There's fun restaurants. It's kitschy. There's not much to do. No offense,
I tried to hype it up. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no.
I'm
I mean, I'm sure there's a lot cooler stuff now. I have been out for a long time. I've been in LA 26 years now.
Oh my! So you moved here when you were 3 years old?
Yeah, 3 years old exactly.
So young,
Such a baby.
You know what I'm saying? Look at that. And what's the ethnic background then?
Not much of one. I'm just
a little Asian. I see you in a little bit.
You would think so, right? I mean, I have a little. I've people ask Asian or Native American or anything, and I did a 23andMe expecting to find something else.
Yeah.
Nope, just Czech and English, European mutt.
Exotic.
Yes.
No, I really thought like maybe like a little Japanese or something,
right?
Or like Hawaiian. I'm like, because Asian don't raisins. You
also, I age better than most.
See,
of my people,
no, seriously.
Bit.
35, right?
Sure.
That's what I thought.
If you 35.
Think so? He's like, I'll pay you later.
Yeah.
No, that's what I thought. I was like, okay, maybe a little like maybe Hawaiian something.
I think I've had those same thoughts, and then it was all shot down. So
shout out 23andMe letting us know,
I guess. I mean, if it's legit, who knows and who cares? I am very grateful that I am for a white guy aging pretty decently.
You take care of yourself,
Yeah.
I think it's the joy and the dogs.
It's the joy and dogs are joy.
Yes.
So yeah.
You have 2 cute little beagles. My God, they're amazing. They have their own Instagram page. I saw
they do. Yeah.
That's the cutest thing. Where did you get these 2 little buddies over there?
Well, just literally, actually, Craigslist.
Oh no way!
Yeah, no joke.
Just
Craigslist.
Craigslist.
This is the ad for Craigslist.
Craigslist, guys, you can.
I got so many cool gigs back in the day on Craigslist too.
Craigslist is the best.
So wild. But I got Barry Allen is the older one. He's 6. He's gonna be 7, and I got him on Craigslist as a present for my boyfriend. I was gonna get him a lightsaber from Disney.
Okay.
We went to Disneyland. They were sold out. I was panicking because his birthday was like 2 days away, and I bought him a puppy. instead. So
the conversion is interesting. I'll give you that.
there's so much, yeah.
Boy math.
Boy math. Yeah, exactly. For real.
Like, man, I can't get my boyfriend a lightsaber.
A panic. Like, what do I do? What do I do? Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god!
I love that.
And I got him a puppy, and he's the sweetest. And then we just got Wicket, who is 10 months old.
Oh my god.
Yeah, because he's a puppy. We got him Wicket, like the Ewok. We're nerds. And the older beagle that passed away before was Peter Parker. That was my first doggy. And he was 16 when he passed away. And yeah, now we have the two, and they're just monsters, and they're so cute. So of course we had to make them an Instagram. Yeah,
the little beagle. What is the Instagram?
Beagles in the Canyon, I think.
Something like I saw. That's a cute little name, and they're so cute because they like literally like little Big Brother vibe. Like you know what I'm saying? Like
there's so many pictures. I'm really really bad at Instagram and social media. Brendan's the better one, but I'm really bad at it. But I have a camera roll full of photos of them copying each other's mannerisms. Like they're not related anyway, but it's to the point where I can't tell them apart sometimes.
No, seriously, like when I saw the pictures, I'm like, oh my goodness, are they like like fraternal twins or something? Because like even the fur color,
they look like they came from the same parents. Like,
seriously,
their coloring is identical. Their mannerisms are now very similar. It's really cute, and Wicket loves his big brother.
Oh, two peas in a pod. I love that.
Yeah.
You didn't mention Brendan. Let's talk about him. Tell me the origin story. How did y'all meet? How long has it been since y'all been together now?
We met 10 years ago, a little over 10 years ago at Dodgeball.
Oh, so
shocking.
You just have to find your partner at Dodgeball. That's all.
We've had a lot of Dodgeball weddings, a lot of Dodgeball.
Oh, God, really?
Oh yeah, a lot. I mean, 16 years, and it's the point. The point is to meet people. The point is to make out with a stranger. Like, the point is to...
I always love whenever you have the mic. So Jake always does this. Like, yeah, we're just here to have fun. You know, maybe make out after. You know, just you know.
That's why we're all here. We're adults playing.
Seriously.
Adult recreational dodgeball. We're there to meet people, and I met him at Dodgeball. I did low key see him and was like extra attention. Oh yeah, no, I try. Every new player gets this kind of attention. I swear, everybody. So tell me about yourself. Yeah.
Oh, have you been playing a while?
It was like a little like, and I also wow, TMI. No, I just got out of a long-term relationship, and like a year and a half, and I was like, not really there, and we hit it off, and we started like hanging out, and I just kept being like, okay, but you know, like you're kind of a rebound. I was like, at this point in my life,
I love that. That's bold. That's bold.
At this point in my life, I wanted to be forward. I was tired of getting like, I don't know. I think you hit that part where I was just like, let's be honest. Like, I just got out of this. We're not, no pressure. And I meant it for the first time. I've said that a million times. I don't know where you're just like, oh no, I'm not really looking for anything. And all of a sudden you're like, why don't you love me? And so I was like, no pressure, whatever. And then it was funny because we still joke 10 and a half years almost later. We're like, you know, you're just a rebound, you know. We own a house together, but you're just kind of a rebound. Like, yeah.
But I think that's good for you though, that you like meant it too, because you know how relationships are, and the dating world is all even weirder now with online dating and all these expectations and just a lot more layers than like it was before. So having that like transparency, I think it helped him, of course, and then you, and then now, like you said, the rebound, but you guys have a place together. Like that's amazing, you know.
We started off luckily like just everything out the gate pretty open, and very like I was jaded. I was like, okay, well, everyone leaves me, and I was just like, okay, well, like no holding back. Let's just talk, and it's been great. Like we share everything. We're really good at, and communication. That's the word I'm looking for. Communication has always been like a strong point, and he helps at dodgeball. He's amazing. He's an amazing dodgeball player too.
Like flowers to him. The moves. Yeah. Oh my god.
Yeah, he's really really good. He can throw his body all up in the air and everywhere. He's very athletic, way better, and really smart and kind and great.
Well, we appreciate you, Brendan. We hope you were here. But all the good vibes. 10 plus years.
Yeah.
Communication key. Is there any things you guys like always do? Do you guys always have like a date night or like any type of, I guess, routines that you guys do, or is it just
it's hard
with the flow?
So we're trying to be more deliberate about stuff like that. As you're aware and as you'll hear, my life is pretty chaotic. I'm very much like, I felt like I kind of surf these waves of like, and you have to, if you're, especially if you're working in the industry, you have to just go with whatever pops up. And he unfortunately had to learn a lot of things about being in the center of a social experiment. I don't know what to say. WeHo Dodgeball. Being in the middle of a big social league and being very visible from the start of our relationship, and the stress that kind of comes with that. And he wanted to help, and the stress that comes with like being a leader in the community. And he did amazing. But for a long time, being social is our job. So we also hid a lot when we had time off. So especially through like 2020 and beyond, it's just like we stopped hanging out with a lot of friends, which we're trying to get better on, and we started. But we are very similar. I mean, we just sit and watch Bob's Burgers on repeat like all the time, and we have our comfort shows. But now we're trying to be a little more like have people over and get back out and be social. Date nights, deliberate date nights, not just sitting together on the couch, but like going out.
Playing golf or like going to watch a movie, something like that.
Yeah, anything. We're both huge nerds. We do Lego nights.
Oh, that's so cute. I love it.
That's fun. And now we have a yard, so now we've been working on that.
With all the soil, right? Shout out to all the soil.
My car is full of manure right now. So
great.
It's going to smell great.
Amazing scent. Look at that.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's great that you like recognize all those little things of how like you want to change it, and then you guys are taking the right steps, because for anybody really to make change, the first step is honestly recognizing you have to change before you start doing the thing. Because a lot of the times we're like in denial, whether it's like for like your fitness journey or like starting a business or like learning a new language. If you don't have that like recognition, it's kind of hard to take that first step, because you're kind of in that, I guess, limbo, so to speak, where you're kind of like, oh, I'm good. I'll start tomorrow, or I'm okay for it right now. But a transition kind of towards like that business side of it. You mentioned how you like monetizing your hobbies.
I don't like it. I do it.
Oh, you do? Yes. You do it. Tell me your thought process behind that, actually.
I don't know. I think that's part of the hustle culture of like, again, working in the industry and being in LA. Like dance, I was thrown into it. I was literally like, oh, can you teach a dance class this week? And then it was a regular work. And I was working at a restaurant and then there. And then I do remember being offered a promotion at my restaurant to manager, and I realized how much restaurant managers make, which was not good. And I was just like, oh God, this is going to be my life. Like, and I quit. I was like, thank you, but actually I think I'm going to quit. And it was this moment where I was like, and then I kind of just jumped into teaching.
Yeah.
And doing whatever. And, but it wasn't intentional at all. It was just kind of like felt right and went with it. And then same with dodgeball. Dodgeball was a hobby and not my job. And then it just became kind of like, I mean, it was fun and I was doing it well and running tournaments, doing all this stuff. And I just remember, just one day actually turned down a job on Alvin and the Chipmunks 3 doing like motion capture stuff because it didn't pay as good as like, it was like a couple weeks worth of work, but it paid less for those couple weeks than it was for one day to do this like dodgeball tournament.
Wow.
And I was kind of like, oh, and then I think the universe at that point just went, all right, well, this is your job now. And then I
shift the energies towards that.
Yeah, and I stopped getting gigs, and it wasn't not like that there was anything wrong with that. Like the person who was going to hire me for that, I don't even think I ever gotten hired. Like we never really worked together that much, but it was just a shift. And then, but now I find myself also like, I find myself going to things and being like, oh, this is cool. How can I make it better? Oh, I would love to spread this and tell everyone I know. When I like something, I want to tell everyone I know about it. And then I end up being like, oh, wow, what can we do this to make it better? Okay, what about if we did this? And then next thing I know, I'm running it. And I'm trying to, with a lot of therapy, step back and not do that. And so there's other things that I love. I mean, I was like, even Legos. I was playing with Legos and doing stuff. And then all of a sudden it's like, oh, well, what about Lego Masters? What about this? It's like, no. Just enjoy having a hobby.
it's something I'm tackling with too right now, because like I told you, I'm 5M personal trainer, and I love helping people, working out and all that stuff. But like the hustle culture, like you mentioned, the reason I did it was like, oh, I need to make more money. It's like I already like working out. I've helped people before. Might as well.
That works.
That works. It makes money out of it. But then like the joy of it kind of, I wouldn't say fully disappears, but it kind of is like, work is work. Like even though you love playing dodgeball and everything, when it's like the playoffs, for example, you have to work. It's not like we're jumping around, having a fun time. No, it's like, all right, everybody watch. It's legit, and same for me too. Whenever I'm training someone, it's fun, but also I have to make sure they don't break their bones or break their back or stuff like that. So it's like
there's a guard that's always up if I'm at a dodgeball event, no matter what. Even after we do this big, huge tournament in Vegas, Sin City, and at the last closing party is a wild party. There's maybe about 10,000 athletes, 8,000 athletes at this, and it's just a wild, fun party. And I still can't get like loose and crazy. I'm still kind of always just, And the second I do get a little too tipsy or whatever, and I'm dancing, someone will come up and be like, that ref call from 3 weeks ago? I want to talk to you about it. It's like 3 a.m.
I'm like,
away.
Bro, what?
Yeah. So it's not only trying to recognize my own boundaries, but set them with other people.
Yes. I think, boundaries in general, like you mentioned, like that instance is so specific. So like, don't you remember when I didn't get hit, but then I got hit? And you're like, bro, I'm just trying to drink this tequila right now. Like, let me relax, please.
Yes.
Setting boundaries in anything is really like, I think a key for a lot of people, especially people that are like having multiple hats and in like entrepreneurship, where you're kind of like the own boss. Your schedule is literally all over the place.
You're never off. If you're your own boss, you're never off. There's
never
not
off.
a single time you're off work, and that's a lot. After a long time, it's a lot.
Yeah, I think the good part about it though is like you can make your own schedule, and then you work at your own terms, which is such a blessing. And I love that with like my personal training business and everything. But like you said, never off. I literally just got a text earlier. One of my clients is like, "Hey, do you have this time instead of this time?" And I'm already like, "I don't want to deal with this. I don't want to deal with this." But you're gonna have to deal with it. What is it like? The buck ends with you or something like that?
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, it's like So it's, and I think for you specifically, like with WeHo Dodgeball, you have a great team that helps you with a lot of that stuff. But in the end of the day, which shout out to them again, flowers to them. But in the end of the day, it's always gonna be like you're the final decision.
Yeah.
I guess, how do you keep a level head when you can? And any advice for people that are like starting their entrepreneurship journey or like have been doing it for a while and are kind of like, I guess, tired of it or something like that?
Yeah, I mean, if you set boundaries, like we said, it's good to be self-aware. It's good to recognize when you're burnt out. It's good to recognize when you can't. I am very, type A maybe is the right way to say it. I don't like to micromanage, but I do see everything. So I have a hard time, and a lot of times I'm like, oh, it's quicker if I just do it than explain it. But that doesn't work great in the long term. Like you have to trust people. I do have an amazing crew, and you have to trust them to make mistakes. You have to trust them to, and there's a lot of times where we would argue about certain things we get, and there are times where I don't agree with them, but I think the importance of a good leader too, especially, is to be like, okay, well, I don't agree with anything you guys are saying, but I trust you all, and if I'm the only one, if I'm not seeing it, there's got to be something I'm not seeing.
Yeah.
So we'll go with what you guys want, and either you're going to be right and I'll learn something, or you'll be wrong and I'll say I told you so, and then we'll move on. But that's the key, is finding help and finding how to let that go, because then when it is your own business, you also don't want to let that go. And so it's like, it's a delicate balance.
Yeah.
But therapy's great.
No, definitely. And I love how you mentioned that, like, that scenario, because I have seen it firsthand. Like I said, more flowers to you. How you maneuver with the team is just so effortless. Like, they trust you so much. Like, I see it all the time. And like I said, when I started working for you, for how long was it? Like, maybe it's not like 6 months or something, maybe?
I think you did like 2 seasons.
Yeah, 2 seasons,
so about
2
6
seasons,
months.
something like that. Like I said, it was so easy just to come to you for any problems or anything like that, because your leadership was just shown from the beginning to the middle to the end to everything. And like I said, all good things to you. And it shows from, like I said, I talked about it earlier, but it literally starts from the top. So if you have that leadership that's open-minded, but also stays to the principles too, like you're not just like also a pushover where you're like, oh yeah, I'll just listen to Patty because he said this,
Oh yeah.
You're also like,
no.
You're like,
I'm too stubborn sometimes. Yeah.
Well, but I think that's the beauty of it too, having quote unquote. I feel like stubborn is such a bad word. People take it, right?
Yeah, I guess so. No, I'm not stubborn, but like I mean, but yeah, I think I'm very confident in a lot of like those decisions. But I'm also aware. I might kind of one of my biggest fears is to be one of those people who just is clueless about what I do and who I am. And I think like you see people who just have no clue, or a little delusional, or maybe a little narcissistic. And I find comfort in trusting. Okay, well, I really like Patty. So if you're coming to me and you say this is a problem, I don't see it, I still have to trust that it's a problem because like maybe I'm not seeing something right, and I just lost my train of thought. But it is fun to hear you say that because that's what the kind of like leader. I don't even like the term boss because like, but like yeah, the kind of like leader I want to be, the kind of person I want to be is someone who's there for anyone who works with or under or for me. I want to be able to be that. We say that. But sometimes you never know if that's actually the environment you're creating. And thank you for.
Of course. And like I said, he didn't pay me to say all that. I legitimately mean it. Like, especially if you guys ever try reffing dodgeball, you need a lot of support because everyone's gonna start yelling at you real quick, and it helps having people that have your back and are just there for you always. So again, shout out to WeHo Dodgeball. I love all the people out there. I do want to talk a little bit more about more dodgeball because there's a lot I forgot to ask you about.
No, ask me everything.
You started dodgeball because of a game show.
I did kind of, yeah.
Yeah, tell me about that story. Actually,
I got into dodgeball because of a game show. Yeah, I don't know. I was like, funny. So my friend and I moved here from Sacramento, and we had gotten married to go on the Newlywed Game.
Oh,
legit! Just gotten married just to go on the Newlywed Game.
Oh, okay.
And
that's funny.
We were watching it every night. We were like playing it and writing down our answers. We're like, wow, we would kill it. So we called. We're like, what do we need? They're like, just get married. And we were like 17, and so we got married like a week after our 18th birthdays, and like came down to LA not for that, but we were coming to LA anyway. Yeah. And then the Newlywed Game got canceled, and we're like, damn it. And then we went on some other game show. Three's a Crowd. Alan Thicke was the host. It was such a mess. And we'd always kind of like kept our eyes out. So we auditioned for lots of stupid game shows. And eventually I was on one that I won.
Hey, okay.
Called Oath It.
Hey,
you can't find it anywhere.
Oh,
but it's so fun. And yeah, so I went for this dodgeball game show like right after the movie came out. And we did the audition, and there were targets on the wall, and I hit them, and so did my friend Julie, and we were like, this is awesome, like look at us. And then they cut us, and we're like, but we hit the targets. And everyone they were pushing through was like very hipster, very weird, very like the movie
had a specific
and the time.
Kind of look they were looking for, huh?
They wanted to be wacky. I mean, still to this day we fight against the idea of the movie. The movie was great for what it was, but like we fight against, like I'll do interviews with like professional news, like ESPN or whatever, and I'll tell them before, I'll be like, dodgeball this is not a joke. So no references to the movie, no throwing wrenches, none of that. Like there's a time and a place for that. I do want to be silly, but I also like, we worked hard to like kind of move a little past that. But anyway, so I digress. Yeah, and then I was pissed because I was like, I want to do this. This is fun. I would have been great at it. And then it was just on my radar. And then my friend was like, hey, there's this pickup game at the park. And I was like, oh, all right. So we went there. Yeah. He played 1 week. He's like, no, it's really cool, Come. I went and played. It was the second or third week they ever had. I jumped on the team. My first team, Le Dodgeball.
Le Dodgeball.
So fun. We were so silly. We lost every single game that season, but had the best time. And by the end of the first week, I was printing shirts for my team.
Oh my God.
By the end of the first season, second season, I was running the league.
You move fast.
It was like, again, I was like, oh, I love this. I love this. And I got caught up in it. And I think my time in production really helped me. I joke that efficiency is my kink. And so like, it was the same thing. I was like, oh, hey, well, we could do this. And then I started working with LA Dodgeball Society, which then became World Dodgeball Society. And I helped open like 22 leagues for them. And
wow.
And then probably it was happening. The head of that group said that, my boss at the time said, I was like, I want to open a WeHo league. And he was like, oh, gays don't play sports. I was like, excuse me?
What?
Okay.
There's no. What?
So then I quit. There were a lot of other things.
Oh,
and
God.
we opened WeHo, and it blew up. I mean, we used to sell like 600 spots in like 4 minutes. We would sell out like faster than
Crazy.
Coachella. It was awesome. It was so cool.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
You guys have done a lot of stuff too. I saw something about a card that you could use to get like benefits.
Oh, we used to do that. Yeah.
Benefit. That's so like what you were talking about,
I need
just
to bring
like
that
finding finding new things. I'm like, how does Jake think about this stuff? You're just like, oh, the benefits card. Like it's. I'm just fascinated by how like your mind just keeps thinking about new things, better things, find things to be more efficient, or just like bring new people in. Like it's so cool.
We
man.
want to provide an experience and,
Mhm.
and connect to the community that we're part of. And so I went to businesses and asked, like, same thing with like KC. I got the idea just listening to KCRW. I was like, oh, what if we had like a discount card for dodgeballers in WeHo? And I went and told, or like just asked people, I was like, do you want to advertise? Give like 5-10%. And we had we still kind of do that, but coming back from COVID, I honestly just haven't invested the time to revamp the program. But we do have like a lot of local businesses and stuff we work with, and we promote them.
Yeah.
And personal trainers too.
Oh, okay. There we go. I got a business card. I'll slide in. Don't worry,
Yeah.
right there. Yeah. Honestly, that's another good thing that you mentioned about just asking, and then maybe you'll get it. You never know about getting that like 5%, 10%. You don't even need to put any money up front. Sometimes just asking the right people, your connections, your network. It could be like a discount for something, and then you have a collaboration, and before you know it, like you guys have a partnership with Gym Bar, right?
Yep.
Yeah, like that was just like you just asked them, right? You're like, hey.
Yeah, Gym Bar was another one. I went to all these bars in LA or in WeHo, and everyone was kind of like, "Oh, we're not going to pay you to come here. You can come here, but we're not going to pay you."
Mm-hmm.
And then I went to Gym Bar, and they were opening up, and they they knew they were a sports bar in New York, and they knew the power of having a league night, and we've been partnering with Gym Bar since 2009, 2010.
Wow. Okay. Loyalty.
Yeah.
Shout out Gym Bar.
Oh, very. Yeah.
Yes.
That's our cheers. They're our home away from home. For sure.
See, I love that. See, but yeah, you never know what opportunities are out there. You just got to start asking around, and if they say no, like I said, it's just a no.
They say no.
Just say no and just move on, and then before you know, you'll have a 16-year partnership.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Wow. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh yeah. 16 years. That's a long time.
Yeah, no, seriously. If you put that into perspective, like, I mean, I'm sure the young dancer Jake would not have pictured this, right?
No, 16 years ago, I was 3 years old. Like, no.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
But I was a good little go-getter. So,
yeah. Oh man, this is why I love the energy, and like more flowers to you again. Like I said, very inspiring. That's why like I love LA, because you meet a lot of people like you, where it's like the hustle energy. It's like we want more and more in like the best way possible, and the best way to do that is just to not stay on your ass and just
and get yourself out there, like meet people. You have to meet people. Like I love that about dodgeball. If dodgeball's not your thing, go to like a sip and paint night, or like go to anywhere that's just not a bar.
Like there's something.
Yeah,
there's so many different things. Run pottery, like
pottery, hiking, like bocce ball, pickleball is huge right now. Like
super huge. Yeah,
anything. That's not just going to a bar and drinking. Like if you're going to a bar for like trivia night, those are great, like social stuff. But if you're just going out to like meet people like that, and that's what so many people unfortunately do as adults. Where do you meet people at if you're at work or at a bar? Yeah. And I was teaching kids. I was not about to date any of my students' parents, so it was like not dating. Period.
Yeah.
And I met
messy.
Messy.
We don't recommend y'all.
No,
don't do that.
And at a bar, and I kept meeting like really awful people at bars, like, and again, good people are at bars.
Yeah, you never know. Yeah.
But if your whole relationship
too,
is about just drinking, then it's not going to, last for very long.
No, I completely agree with that too, and it's like a lot of advice for the people, and not even just the dating world, but also like friendship building. Because after graduating, it's so hard to find like people your same age or like same mindset and everything, and unless you really love drinking a lot, it's hard to find your people like in a bar, like no offense to the people that legitimately know about the
I met some great people at Gym Bar, but but you're not likely to find like your people. And then also all the opportunities that came up were from people I randomly met at different places. Again, all my stuff was at the school or my friend of a friend who's at this restaurant or I don't know. Yeah,
and the friend of the friend thing is another big thing too.
Yeah,
I recommend not really burning bridges unless it's like really toxic, because you never know what's gonna come up. You know, maybe after a year later, you have your boss on your podcast, right?
It's so funny when you call me your boss. I know technically I was, but like, also like, yeah, no, and people move to LA, especially industry people. This is why I like get a little weird sometimes, but just meet people for the experience of meeting people, because you know, a lot of people come out here and then they're going through, like, you can see it. What can you do for me? What can you do for me?
Oh yes, yeah.
And it's so obvious. And anyone who's been here longer than a couple of years can clock it like that. And everyone's out here doing their own struggle. Everyone's, again, EJ Daily, big sister, we would hang out and people would always go up to her and just be like, you know, really, you could tell they were just like, what can you do for me?
Yeah.
And just enjoy your experience, and then something will fall into place. Or maybe, and then don't be afraid. I was really afraid at one point. I remember when I was acting, and I was really like, I don't know, my friend was a agent, and I asked her if I could give her like a headshot and have her submit me for something I really wanted to do.
Oh, okay.
And I'd known her for like 2 years, and she was like, how come I've known you for 2 years and I didn't know you acted once? And I was like, I didn't want you to think I was trying to do something. So there's a balance. You have to be like, put yourself out there confidently, but don't like try to use your friends.
Because like you said, people can kind of smell the desperation, and you see it. And it's just not a good look either. Like, it's finding it's always about the balance of finding like the recognition. Like, oh, okay, no, he does the podcast, he does this, he does that, without being like, hey, can you get me this role specifically, and I'll pay you $50 or something.
You know, and people want to work with who they want to work with. I always got jobs because we got along great with people on set. You have such a great personality. I have no doubt that if it was ever in a position where you're applying for something at like Rivian or Val works, you know, she would be like, oh my God, Patty, I know him. Like, you know, like, it's just how that works. So like, oh, I had a really good time reffing with this guy at Dodgeball. And now 6-7 years later, whenever, like, now maybe I want to bring him on to this completely different thing, just because it's your energy, it's your personality. Like,
and that's another thing that I think I try to live by too, just bringing the good energy, because there's too much BS out there in the news, life. You know, we don't want to get too political on the Patty Show, but you know, there's too much BS out there. It's just nice to find people that are just there for the smiles, the laughs, the good vibes, and like I said, just don't expect anything from meeting these people. You never know. Like, it's just, in the end of the day, it's just like friendships, lasting relationships, and the best connections are the ones where like you haven't seen them for like a year, a couple years or whatever, and it's like you saw them yesterday.
And like no time has passed.
Yeah, literally. Like, it feels like I saw you like last week, honestly.
I know, kind of.
I was like, when was the last time I repped? And we had to really think about it. It's been like
It's been like a year and a half. Yeah.
That's I still
don't really feel like that either, though. It feels like time is so messed up.
Time is such a weird thing. I can't believe it's 2026 now. I'm like, it's
6 years since COVID.
Oh God! Oh, don't remind me that. That's.
But it also feels like 3 weeks. I don't quite get it.
I know everything's just super crazy right now. But does WeHo Dodgeball have anything new coming up, by the way, that we can tease out there?
No, I mean, we got we're in the middle of our spring season. Summer will start right after Pride in mid-June. WeHoDodgeball.com. Sign up if you want to meet people. You'll make 200 new friends like off the bat. I want to do more. We used to do a lot of fun events. We used to do like a lot of charity events. We used to do a lot of like we did scavenger hunts. We did games of tag in the park. We did tournaments. I'm just kind of getting the energy back for that. So we do plan on doing some fun stuff. I just don't know when.
Okay, well, that's exciting stuff, y'all. Oh my God, I'm so excited for all the new stuff. Let's talk about our talking points finally. I know we kind of went all over the place.
That's fun.
That's good. That's good. Passion, our first talking point, focusing on showing up gently. Okay. How has discipline helped you stay committed to what you love? Because you have a lot of passions out there, but how has that discipline helped you stay, I guess, on track when, you know, especially with business and all that, life is kind of all over the place?
I'm not the best to talk about discipline. I can be hyper focused in short bursts. I do really well. Unfortunately, I do really, really well when I procrastinate. I'm one of those who can't think of anything to do until midnight before it's due, and then I will present the most amazing thing. And it's become a crutch, and I rely on it too much. So, sorry, passion. What were you saying?
How you use some discipline
to stay
committed.
Committed.
Yeah.
I don't know. Sometimes I just feel like that I have a strong sense of duty, and I think to myself and to my players and to or my students. And I think when all else fails, I can rally for them.
Mm.
Um,
You kind of dig deep, and then it comes out of nowhere.
yeah, and sometimes there's just a lot of coffee, and sometimes it's actual like sit down dedication.
That's a real answer, honestly. Thanks for.
It's hard to think.
No,
about.
I don't know, but thanks for being real with that, because a lot of people sometimes they fabricate some answers. Yes, I sleep for only 3 hours, and
I thought about that because she told me this question. I thought about that, and I thought, okay, I was like, no, it's just not gonna be real. It's not gonna work.
Well, and this is also why, like I said, more flowers to you. Like, you've always been real in general, and that's like it's hard to find people like that. Like authentic and just in Indonesian we have a phrase. It's called apa adanya. So it just means like it is what it is, basically. Like and it's so hard to find people like that, especially in like Hollywood. To be honest with you,
yeah,
the entertainment world, this whole craziness that is like LA and everything. So it was honestly like more flowers again to you again and the whole crew. Like you guys were just so authentic and genuine. I feel like I bonded with y'all so quickly and so effortlessly that I'm just so grateful that like Craigslist sponsors the Patty Show, because they're like literally brought us together. So thanks for that authentic answer. I can't even lie to you, the procrastination sometimes helps as well. As you can see with my fast handwriting, I also was
you just gotta keep swimming kind of thing. Like, and I would love to be one of those people who can plan. I plan, but I'm really good on my feet, and I'm fortunate. One day that will bite me and come back at me, but for now, it's working.
Hey, you're working with the spontaneity too. I think that's also a skill that's you just get better at through the reps and just like going through like craziness, and especially with dodgeball and all the business stuff you've done, there's always something different. Always, never gonna be the same thing every day.
Yeah, I was just reading like a book, and it said something about it's like a fantasy book, but they were talking about like you got to have a plan, but then you also have to have plan for know that plans will fail.
Yes.
And I think that's always been kind of like here is that you have to have a plan, but you have to like know that every plan fails in one way or another, and then you have to adapt quickly.
Wow, that's a good principle to have. Like I said, life is unpredictable. You never know what's gonna happen. Yeah. So yeah, thanks for that open, honest answer. I appreciate that one actually.
I got nothing but honesty for you.
I love it. I love it. Second talking point on pleasure, enjoying the routine. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
What part of your daily routine feels comforting or grounding? Do you have a daily routine? Like what's?
I kind of do now. I never used to. Now I go for a hike every day.
Oh, nice. Where do you recommend?
Honestly, I'm up in Laurel Canyon, and
that's
just north of Sunset, like
Laurel Canyon.
Okay. I used to live in WeHo, and during the pandemic, running was so full, and running is great, but it smells like dog poop, and it's just like too much. There are too many people. And I just like kind of looked up at that hill, and I was like, I'm just gonna walk that way and see what happens. And I found all these streets and all this stuff, and I ended up making a thing. And now I've done this at my new place too. And I just walk. It's like a good 4-mile hike up and down.
Oh, nice.
I listen to an audiobook or just a lot of times just to nature, and it's become like necessary.
Wow.
Yeah. Every morning it's about an hour and 15 minutes, and maybe about 3.5 to 4 miles.
Wow, that's a good routine, and getting back to nature. I like how sometimes you also just, unplug a little bit.
Yeah.
Especially with like, all the technology that we have. It's super amazing to just hear literally just the wind.
I'm trying to like not grab my phone in the mornings. I still do, but and I try to be deliberate about putting my phone in my pocket for that. I'll listen to my audiobook. But yeah, sometimes like, especially if I'm really stressed, sometimes it's just nice to just like, actually, I think every day I probably walk about half of it before I even turn my book on now.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, it's nice. I mean, it's really great up there. There's so many places around LA that aren't necessarily hiking trails, but you get to look at the houses. There's an amazing view of all of LA when I get to the end of my hike, and it's nice.
Yeah, and just having, I guess, like a change of scenery is also really cool.
Fresh air.
Yeah. Yeah. Usually I go west near like like Larchmont area.
Oh yeah.
With those nice houses and like the nice area over there, pretty safe too to walk around to. It's just nice to have that, like, I don't know. I guess also maybe it's just like the hustle mindset too. I'm like, that's gonna be my house or something. You know, like sometimes
it's
having that
fun to
too.
watch.
Yeah,
I love looking at houses. I get ideas. I get inspired.
Backstories. You're like, I wonder who owns this.
Yeah.
You know, like,
What do you have to do to own?
Yeah, I know. Like,
some of those houses up there are
oh my goodness,
insane, and it's cool and it's motivating. I had to get out of the mindset of being like, oh, why don't I own one of these houses? But you know, you gotta. That's part of
that
it.
mindset shift. I think is a really good thing. Like not being jealous of people, but also being like, hey, if they can do it, I can do it too.
Yeah.
Come on, huh? Maybe it'll take an extra year, maybe a couple years, but hey, I'm still on the path, whatever it is, and that's what the vibe is about. I like that. That's a good little daily routine. Going a little hike over there.
I like it. It's necessary for
you
sure.
go solo? Do you bring the dogs?
I go by myself. It's too much for the dogs.
Oh yeah.
And they're beagles, so they stop every 2 seconds to sniff.
Oh my god.
They're a lot. And then I'll go on the weekends. Brendan and I will go together, and we always say we're going to go and listen to a podcast. We'll share audio, listen to a podcast together. We'll listen to the Patty podcast.
Oh, you're the best.
And but a lot of the times we end up just. It's funny because we'll end up just talking, and then we spend all our time together anyway. We'll just be talking the whole hike, and it's fun. It's almost like a date night kind of thing too, but it's a good way to just be out and bond.
Kill two birds in one stone. Get the fitness, get the date night.
Yeah, exactly.
Spill the tea on some stuff. You know,
Absolutely.
No one's gonna hear that. That's amazing. All right, our third talking point on positivity: trusting yourself. Okay, how do you stay positive when motivation fades? You know, you've done a lot of business stuff, a lot of different things. How do you, I guess, have that positive mindset to make it how many years with dodgeball now?
Well, WeHo's 16 years as it's my own, but I've been doing dodgeball since 2007, so 18 years.
Yeah, how do you keep it going, man?
Almost? Jesus.
Yeah.
And then the dance was a long time too. Dance was fun. It was a creative outlet. I needed that. So anytime I get burnt out and then I'd go to camp and be like, I don't know what I'm going to do. And then I'd have like a great moment where it all came out, and I need that creativity. I need that back. I need something other than, but I don't know. I don't necessarily see. This was one that got me when you told me.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily stay positive all the time. I think it's good to be realistic. I think it's good to sometimes embrace when things aren't necessarily feeling positive. My mom and I joke. We're like, it was Brennan. We're like, don't you just listen to music in your car and cry? He's like, no, not often. We're like, you don't car cry? And I'll joke with my friends like, when do you cry then? They're like, I don't cry often. And I'm like, no, you gotta like put on your music and just fucking sob. Just sob outside of like a Ralph's one day or something. Like sometimes you just need that.
Yeah.
And people look at me like I'm crazy, but I think that's like a healthy part too. I'll usually lose myself in music, and I'll usually like kind of just let it pass and get through, and then
kind of ride the wave a little bit.
Yeah, and he finds things to grab onto. Mostly like people, mostly like doing it for other people, or honestly, when it's like down to it, there's no shame in being like, I got to pay my rent. I'm doing this for the paycheck. Like,
facts.
If I didn't get paid, there would have been so many times I would have quit. You know, because and that's it. That's okay.
Wow, I love that. You know, for the people, for the paycheck. Sometimes you just gotta listen to music. What's your playlist like right now? How many? What are the top 3 songs that are like go-tos? Like that will help you in that.
I mean, I can also use music to manipulate my emotional state.
Oh yeah,
so
yeah.
which is good. So if I need to be happy, it's there's this Paul Oakenfold song with Brittany Murphy, "Faster Kill Pussycat."
Okay.
That gets me kind of feeling like I'm a badass.
Okay.
Oh gosh, a Beyonce song. Why am I not thinking of it right now? End of Time, Beyonce always gets me going. And then right now, Golden is just
banger. Congrats to them. Oh my god,
I was so excited. Yes,
I know. Congrats again to them. They're killing. They just get everything.
I feel like you can't listen to Golden without feeling inspired and be like, I do got this. Let's go. Like, yeah,
I'm shining. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I am shy. I can't do this.
Yeah. But yeah, music honestly helps a lot. Just like sometimes just hearing the lyrics too help a lot. Yeah. But I like how you mentioned the whole like channeling different things. I've been doing that more with like the gym, having some like aggressive music. Oof. You know, just or like remembering like you know like those what is it, punk rock Teen Egg songs that are like so aggressive. I'm like, oh man, sometimes that just channels like all the teen angst, anger, and I can just like let it out in the workout, and it helps a lot. Or like heavy rap sometimes. Like I don't know anything that they're saying, but it's just like all the curse words, all the everything, and like where I was raised was like super diverse. So we had like all the Brazilians, all the Jamaicans, everybody was listening to all that music. So it takes me back to that time, you know.
I listen to my music taste is so eclectic. It'll go from I was a little goth kid in high school.
No way.
Yes, yes, I was a little goth kid, so I can listen to some like real good like Gregorian chanting like music and still feel like. And some of my favorite songs are some of these old goth songs like Dead Kid Dance is just an amazing. And then I'll go to that to like Taylor Swift and also find inspiration. And I'll never forget driving to an event and listening to both Beyonce Renaissance when it came out and a bunch of Nine Inch Nails, and it was the same vibe. And it was like, I was like, this is weirdly the same vibe. Like, I don't know. It was just
I'm feeling it, yeah.
I don't know.
The wavelength was just there.
It's just, I'll go from one pop thing to the most eclectic, weird song you've heard, to ska, to punk, to like hardcore, like old school rap. Like,
music is just so fascinating. Like, the genres can be so different, but it's the emotional, like, feeling that really gets you, you know?
That, absolutely.
You're right. Like, so I've had those, some of my playlists are just like, it's like heavy metal out of nowhere, pop punk, and then it's just like, chill rap or like random pop music, techno, and I'm like, I don't know why the wavelength is still the same, but it's just there.
It depends. There's some definitely similarities in the wavelength. I think people,
Well, some music also is like just completely different. I'm like, I don't know, there's something wrong with me. Maybe I need to fall in love again.
I mean, there's that too. That's definitely
that's the part two of the.
There's a lot of heartbreak music. Teen angst.
Like I said, the teen angst just takes you back. All that stuff. And so WeHo Dodgeball got a lot of fun stuff coming up. Anything new or fun for you? Travels coming up?
We're going on a cruise, a big gay cruise, in April, and it's kind of fun because like I get to put my phone in a safe for like 7 days.
Oh, it's like legit. It's part of the. Oh wow.
I just like don't. I use that as my opportunity to disconnect as much as I can. So I like put my phone in the safe. I do not pay for Wi-Fi, and we just get to enjoy the ship. And there's awesome. Like so many things, and also it's a big, like, again, it's a gay cruise, so it's like just like 7 days kind of a just queer fun and
it's open.
I've seen like like old couples like coming out and wearing like their disco outfits for the first time, like they're 80 years old and they're walking, trying to walk in heels or something. And everyone's just like, yes, queen. And it's so supportive. It's so just like, I mean, I know you know the importance of being around your community and how sometimes you can be like, we all blend in really well and stuff, but there's like all of a sudden you're around all your own people, you're like kind of like, oh, okay. Yeah.
It's beautiful, and it goes back to the whole empowering thing I was talking about. Like the work that you guys do in WeHo Dodgeball is just everyone appreciates it. So just keep doing that thing. I'm so grateful I got to be a part of it, and I'll definitely be back. Maybe to see a game, ref a game,
come play sometime.
Actually, I haven't played properly yet, so I have to. Maybe we'll get some clips of me getting my ass beat.
I'm sure. I think you'd be better. You'd be better than you think. I'm sure.
It is so hard though, because the hardest thing is like I've seen people do the craziest ones, those jump split ones.
Oh yeah, I can't do that.
Those are crazy.
That's
or
crazy.
Or the catches on the knee one. Oh my goodness, guys! It's just a lot of praise to you guys. I'm wishing all the blessings. Man, where can we find you again?
We are at WeHo Dodgeball on all platforms. WeHo Dodgeball and WeHoDodgeball.com. At The Real Jake Mason.
Yes.
And
there we go. Well, we're so grateful to have you on the Patty Show. We'll have you again for a future installment, maybe with Brendan, maybe with the dogs. Who knows? We'll have a lot of fun episodes coming up soon. This was a blessed episode. You can find us at Patty Show Podcast on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. I finally have my business card for my personal training. I'll also slide you a couple, actually, if you do. Thanks for promoting it. But here you go. Thank you. Arigato. You aren't Japanese, but we like to end with a little Japanese at the end of the Patty Show.
All right.
We like to do a little bow and then go arigato. So whenever you're ready, on 3, 1, 2, 3. Arigato. Thank you, everybody. Woohoo! Thanks for joining me on this episode of The Patty Show. I hope you had as much fun as I did exploring the crossing point of the 3 Ps: passion, pleasure, and positivity. If you want to keep the Patty Party going, follow us on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and all social platforms at Patty Show Podcast. Share this episode and leave a positive review.
pattysatiati.com/podcast, as well as pattyshow.podbean.com have got more of your Patty Show needs. In the meantime, keep passionately pursuing your personal paradise. Arigato.